Hi, I'm Greg.
And I'm Derek. Welcome to Men of the Den, and this is Monday.
Alright, everyone. Welcome to another week here on the Den. This week is LGBTQ Topics Week.
LGBT.
What about the Q?
LGBTQ AI2.
This week is LTGBQ Week.
LGBT.
LGTB?
LGBTQ.
Alright, you say that then.
Hi, everybody. Welcome to a new week at the Den. First and foremost, before we get into everything, congratulations to Den guest correspondent Jeremy. Guest clap. He got married this weekend, and it was probably the most fantastic ceremony we've been to for weddings.
Yeah, it was a really nice ceremony for sure. It was very well done and went off without a hitch, so congratulations.
There was one
Jeremy.
hitch. They got hitched.
Ugh.
This week we're going to be talking about the topics within the LGBT community. LGBTQ if you want to be more specific. LGBTQAI2+, if you want to be even more specific.
Alright. Yeah, you got
Quilt
it all
bag.
covered. Yay!
Goal bat.
You got it all covered.
Yes.
Alright, so this week we're going to talk about the blood ban for gay men
Yes.
in North America.
So within North America, within Canada specifically, up until a few years ago, gay men could not give blood whatsoever.
Mm-hmm.
It was a little known fact, but if you checked out that you had been with men in that time, you wouldn't be able to give blood. Now there's another questionable things in that list, but we're not going to get into too much detail about that.
Yes, and that was the same for the U.S. and Canada predominantly. They banned gay men from giving blood at all. I believe both countries then went to, if you didn't have sex with gay men, with another man for 5 years, like that's going to happen. I mean, if you didn't have sex...
Cersei is some of the people I know. Like,
Yeah. Now, just recently, within the last year, it's been lowered down to 1 year. So, I mean, yes, we've come a long way from the original lifetime ban. So
and I would applaud the progress that we're making on
exactly.
that.
So let's applaud that.
Yes.
But let's also talk about why this lifetime ban / now 1 year ban is really unconstitutional. Number one is probably the most important reason. When we're talking about statistics, blood transfusions save approximately 4.5 million lives per year just in the U.S. alone. Keeping in mind that 1 pint of blood can save up to 3 people's lives. So if you think about all the people that are being filtered out because they have had sex with another man, that's a lot of lives that could be potentially saved. So that to me is the number one reason it should be lifted. Beyond anything else,
is the amount of lives that you could
the
save.
amount of lives that could be saved. Alright, so another reason that this is not good is the stigma that goes along with HIV. The gay community, we all, especially us in our, I don't want to say mid-years, but the millennials, we grew up in a society where the HIV culture was at its worst.
Yeah. When we were coming of age, this is like late 80s, early 90s, when it was just absolute insanity to the queer community.
Exactly. And I remember my parents growing up associating being gay with HIV going hand in hand. But we all know that, because of the fact that gay men were, I won't say predominant carriers, but they definitely had it in heavier numbers than some of the other communities, at least in the mainstream media. We won't go into any more than that, but that the two things went hand in hand, and we all know that, and we grew up with that. Yeah, obviously, I was still a kid when this, so I mean, there was a lot of research that went into as I got older on what the gay community went back in the day, because I as I've said in previous videos, I still believe it's important for our younger generation, know your roots. I digress. So going back to the topic at hand. So this is why the blood ban on same-sex relations should not be still a thing. AIDS and HIV research, as we know, has come a very, 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 very long way.
We have taken huge strides in what we know about the disease, as well as the treatments for it.
Exactly.
We're almost at the point where there's actually a vaccine. Well, we have a vaccine for it now. Which, if you're not on it and you're sexually active and you can get it in your country, get on it.
We all know that HIV research has come a long way, and that people that are undetectable are virtually cannot pass on the disease to people. And on top of that, HIV is not the life-threatening disease that it once was. People have lived full, long lives with carrying HIV.
And in most cases as well, not able to, they're unlikely to transfer to their partner as well.
That's correct. Now, the reason that I understand the reasons of the original blood ban, but we're beyond that now. I mean, the testing of blood has come a long way. I mean, they still say that there is still a small percentage of blood that they may miss the HIV virus on.
But it's not just the HIV virus. Like, there's so many other bloodborne diseases that come out of people who intravenous drug users.
Exactly. I mean, there's a lot of, but I mean, keep in mind that that's all on the questionnaire as well. Intravenous drug use, traveling to places in Africa. That's still all on the Canadian questionnaire. I can't speak for the U.S. one, but on the Canadian questionnaire, that is still on there. You cannot give blood if you've been to a country in Africa in a year.
If you've been in the UK for more than 3 months consecutively.
You've done intravenous drugs. All that stuff is still on there.
I don't think the ban is absolutely necessary. Like, we have so much technology. Medical science has developed in so many ways. Why take away the sense of pride that somebody would have by giving blood to help somebody save lives? You could still use the plasma, right?
Absolutely.
Yeah, you could still use the plasma. What if you have an HIV-infected agent? Even if you do have a bubble that does contain traces of HIV, why not donate that to medical science for research?
Very good point.
Yeah.
And let's go back to Pulse. I mean, lots of people needed life-saving blood transfusions during Pulse.
Yeah.
And the original rumors that they were going to open it up and let people give blood because the gay community wanted to help.
Yeah.
But again, they were still, from my experience, from people that were there, they said they were turned away when they went to try to give blood. I mean, totally unnecessary. I mean, the gay community wanted to help their own.
We can do instant tests just by doing swab to find out if you have this within just a few minutes. You can take a few minutes to take the time to take a look at the blood itself to see if it's good.
So yeah, I think at this point we're beyond that. I mean, I think that the blood ban is very unconstitutional, and it should be allowed at this point in time. I mean, keep in mind, we're talking about North America, but I was looking up the list of countries before we started this video. There's still a lot of countries out there that will not allow gay men or men that have had sex with men, or even women that have had sex with men who have had sex with men, to give blood. It's ridiculous the amount of countries that's still in place. But that being said, so I think we've said our piece. So is there anything else you want to say, Derek?
Just to applaud the research that's been done so far and the work that is done to put the ban to where it is right now. We applaud the progress that has been made so far, but there's still so much we have to go when it comes to blood donation within the LGBT community, as well as HIV research. So
that being said, for all you fans out there, in the future I'd like to touch on the topic of HIV and AIDS a little further.
Positivity.
Positivity, exactly.
Yeah.
So, for any of you out there that are affected by HIV in any way, feel free to reach out to me and Derek. We'd love to possibly have you on as a guest in the future, because I'd love to open this topic up a little more and talk about it a little more, but I would like to have somebody that's affected by this in some way. So if any of you are interested in possibly being on in the future, and let us know and we'll see what we can do. That being said, that is it for this week. Tune in the rest of the week to see the other guys. LGBTQAI2. I never get that right, so I had to make him do it.
LGBTQAI2. If you want to put it around otherwise, quilt bag.
Huh?
Quilt bag.
I missed that one.
All the letters
Yeah.
in the LGBT basically would spell quilt bag.
Oh my god!
Or if you just want to just go LGBT, add omnisexual and asexual in there, you have Golbat.
Wow, I did not know that. But anyway, again, we're getting on a tangent. So, anyway, have a great week. Tune in the rest of the videos. As always, like, share, and subscribe below.
Hi!
Everyone have a wonderful week, and we shall see you next week.